Welcome back. Now, if you were with us for Redwood News Live at 5, you'll know that our guest tonight is Eureka Mayor Susan Seaman, and she's joining us again now live at 6. Now, Susan, you're about to leave office. You were talking about some of the really big things that happened in your first term. Some of them were really exciting. Are you going to miss the job?
I will, but I think I was saying earlier that I go through my days at this point and I go, oh, I'm going to miss that. Oh, I'm definitely not going to miss that. Yeah, I'm going to miss that so much. I think right now I'm leaning towards missing it because I'm starting to get a little, you know, it's starting to get real. That, but
because you actually finish on December 20th.
December 20th, okay. Yeah.
Now your opponent is coming in, or not your opponent, your successor is coming
Yes.
in, and she's going to be unopposed in the election. So we already know the new mayor is going to Kim Burgell. What advice would you give to Kim or any of the other mayors who are running today who are hoping to get elected?
Well, I don't know that Kim needs advice from me. You know, she's been on the council for a long time and she's served with me. I would just say, don't underestimate the power of your voice and your ability to make a difference, even outside of the things that seem like your basic city business. So, you know, like I said before, I worked on accessing money for childcare. I worked in access to dental health. That's really outside of the city, but people answer the phones when you call and listen, and it really can make a difference. You can convene people. That is the power of the mayor, is to be able to convene people, to have really important conversations.
Now, Eureka's a little bit unique, isn't it? Because we actually have a ward system in Eureka, but the other councils that are up for election today do not. So they don't necessarily represent a specific group of people or a specific area. It's quite unusual.
Yeah, I think some Eureka School District has wards. But yeah, the city councils, I think everybody's at large except for City of Eureka. And we are one of only 3 that elects the mayor. The other cities appoint their mayor from within the council.
Yeah, because Ferndale's also electing their mayor tonight.
Yes, but then their mayors vote as a member of the council, where in the City of Eureka, it truly is its own position that does not, it only breaks ties.
Now, what races should we keep our eye on tonight, Susan? What's interesting you in today's election?
Well, I think the most interesting race is always the race in the city that you're in, because the people who will end up on your councils are going to make really important decisions. So if you're in Ferndale, that's the race you want to watch. If you're in Blue Lake, that's the race you want to watch. But in terms of interesting races and races where you really just, you don't know what's going to happen, the recorder elections office is a really interesting one. That's a really close race, and the only one I think that came over from the primary. And then Arcata is going to be very interesting. There's some contentious things in there, and given that it's an at-large system, somebody could win with, you know, 12% of the votes or 10% of the votes. So,
and obviously the biggest issue facing Arcata right now really is the land development and the housing development, and the people who are elected might not necessarily live in that area.
Well, ironically, when we talk about the ward system, the reason you have the ward system is so you represent every part of the community. In Arcata, they vote at large, and they've got 2, potentially 3 candidates, or at least people who will be on council. I think it will be up to 3 who live within 500 feet of this large project and won't be able to vote on it.
That seems to be interesting. Well, yeah. We're going to start having the races coming in. We'll have them at 11. Polls close at 8. Thank you so much for joining us, Sue. It's really great to see you. And we'll be right back after this break. But here's the almanac.